I'll tell you. Okay, remove then. That's fine. Hey, Pilar, how are you doing today?
Amazing, Ken. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. I'm so excited to have you on tonight because you're a huge part of helping heal Charlotte and Mint Hill area. And we're talking about an amazing topic that I think some people are just not knowledgeable on, maybe even have some fear around. But before we jump into colonics, I want to introduce you to the world and just tell us who you are, what you're qualified in. Tell us about your business, where you're at, and how did you get started in this?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ken, for having me, and welcome everyone that are joining us today. Yes, our business is Love Your Gut, and it's located in Mint Hill, North Carolina. So we're
Hmm.
right at the heart of downtown Mint Hill, North Carolina. We're also locals to the community, and we love it there. So we are transplants from Florida. We relocated as a family last year, and a big drive for us to relocate back to North Carolina was so that we could start our own business. And for me, my
Nice.
passion has been gut health for the last few years.
Excellent. Now, I believe you're an integrative health coach as well, right?
Yes, that's right. I'm an integrative nutrition health coach, as well as an international accredited colon hydrotherapist.
So you're kind of a big deal in reality because there's not a lot of people that specialize in what you do, and we don't have a lot of venues in the local area that can provide the level of care and service, not just on one thing, but multiple aspects. So I really feel like your shop has a very amazing holistic aspect to it. And so I want us to talk a little bit about the big elephant in the room, which is my gut doesn't work. And everybody knows it. They all know they're gassy, they're bloated, they're constipated, they're eating and swelling up like a house, and they have heartburn and GERD and all the things.
Mhm.
What is it about colonics that made you focus on it as a therapy for people?
Yes, absolutely. So many great facts you just provided. I agree with everything. So, really, what made me choose a career in colon hydrotherapy or in colon cleansing? Right? Why am I so passionate and so excited when people have huge amount of release of waste out of
Yes.
the body, and I'm like, yes, I'm about to just pop out the confetti for them and be like, you are free, my friend. You are free from all that waste and all that toxin that's been really bringing you down, every system in our body. So when I went back to school for integrative health coaching, they pretty much taught us mainly that every system in your body and 80% of your immune system lives in your gut. That your
Yes.
gut is like the mother of your entire, I don't know, organism, or the queen of the castle if the castle is too big,
I like
right?
that.
But queens, be very careful. What happens to the queen in chess? If the queen goes down, she'll take the whole kingdom down with her.
Mm,
So that's
mm.
what the God is to you, is that inner queen we have inside. Whether we like it or not, she needs what she needs, and we got to take care of her because she always takes care of us every day in every system of our body. It's hard to prove any system in the body that doesn't interact with the gut. And the
Yes.
gut is like this big communication central. A lot of exchanges happens, a lot of nutrition goes in and waste goes out. And it's all of this back and forth. It's beautiful. It's chemistry, it's mechanical, it's nervous system, it's everything working together in harmony. When it's working right, it's beautiful. But when it's not, it can make us feel and go through all kinds of emotions, mental
Mm,
issues,
yes.
pain, you know, um, so many things that we don't even realize could be coming from our gut can really be
Yeah,
found.
I think it's still very much underrated. And I know, out in the on the internet and social media, there's a lot of discussions about the gut, but I don't find that a lot of people really make the connection, not until they actually do the work, you know?
Absolutely.
When you feel this emotional connection to what's been going on and been out of balance for so very long, or you've been challenged
Mhm.
with thyroid problems and all types of hormonal regulation issues and
Mhm.
night sweats, and the doc is blaming on a perimenopause or menopausal symptoms, and
Mhm.
literally your gut's just not functioning correctly and hasn't been for many, many years, and you've been accumulating all of this waste year after year after year. And I think most menopausal, so-called menopausal problems are actually toxicity problems that have been building up in the body for X amount of years that have gone unresolved. And then once estrogen starts to shift, now it's throwing everything off. And now you're feeling
Mhm.
all of these symptoms that were likely already there in the first place and playing part in that imbalance. So now what? But colonics give people an amazing opportunity, right? This is not difficult. You don't
Mhm.
have to change your diet. Now, you should probably, there probably is some diet things that Pilar is going to recommend to you to do to better yourself, especially once she sees the level of waste that's going to be coming out of your bottom. And this is something that big pharma, big medical society is preying on people with, is the fact that you don't even know how to go get a colonic. And so people are
Mhm.
literally losing their intestines through surgery. In fact, I know someone who just got surgery yesterday who
Mm.
just lost part of their intestinal tract
Mm.
that could absolutely been course corrected with proper gut cleansing and service over
Yes.
time, because we're talking about parasite buildup and all the
Mhm.
toxins they bring when they're living in this congested colon and large intestine for so long. And you could get this stuff moving and get it out and get it regulated better. I have this saying that I say, America is constipated, you know, literally.
Yes. So stated. Oh my goodness.
And
Yes,
we
I
have
would say
people
so.
thinking it's okay not to go to the bathroom for 3 or 4 days at a time. The worst
Doctor
case,
telling people that's okay.
yeah,
I
I
have
mean,
clients that tell me their doctor say it's okay not to go to the bathroom for 2
I
or 3
know, isn't
days,
this crazy?
and I
It's like
just
they
look
want
there
them to be
now,
toxic.
am I in the same world that this doctor is in? Since
It's
when has
amazing.
that ever be heard?
Yeah, it's becoming a thing, and it's also something that I'm starting to hear more in the carnivore crowd, and I'm not against
Mhm,
carnivores. I'm all for health. So if eating
mhm,
meat is making helping you stay healthier, great.
absolutely.
But if you're not pooping for 3 or 4 days at a time, that's not healthy, my friend. I don't care what you're eating.
Mm-mm.
And I've seen some cases where people aren't going to the bathroom for a week or more at a time.
Mm, Lord,
We have major imbalances in the body. How much toxemia is the body dealing with?
ticking bomb.
Yeah.
Tick, tick, tick every day.
So if our back end can't release, if we're not getting all this stuff out, what kind of things do you think are happening in the body in your experience?
Whew. Well, common symptoms that manifest are bad breath,
Mm,
bloatingness, unable to digest food, as well as things they used to eat, no longer able to deal with, like
mhm.
dairy or gluten, um, more irritable, more sensitive, to something sometimes, or more insensitive. So there is a big range, right, of constipation. Some people could be going every other day. So just for the record, everyone should be going at least once a day. Once a day.
No matter
That's
what.
it. That's the minimum. Okay. If you go more than once a day, you're winning. Okay.
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
I'm gonna put it out there. Just to be clear, non-constipated person is someone that has a bowel movement once daily. Okay.
Mhm.
Ideally in the morning because your body is cleansing and detoxing while you sleep during the night. So first thing you do when you wake up should be going to the bathroom.
Yes.
If not, then we should be talking. Okay. We can get
Yeah.
you there.
And honestly, if you've never had a colonic, you should be talking to her anyway,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're over the age of 30, 35,
Mm-hmm.
past 40, 50 years old, and you've never addressed this in your body, you're past due, right?
Yes.
And you need to go check her out,
Yes.
and get this service because she runs an amazing service. It's very well set up. It's very comfortable. You'll be private. You don't have to
Mhm.
tell your friends about it. You don't got to tell anybody you're going. Okay. She's not going to tell anybody you're coming. But we need to go get this service work done. Now, one of the questions that one of my followers asked me before we jumped on today was, what is the difference between an enema and a colonic? I thought
Yeah,
this was a great question because I want to dig into this because I think people need to understand that they both have advantages, but
yeah.
they are not the same.
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. Great question. Very misconcepted sometimes, or doubts around it, right? So, in essence, they achieve the same effort, which is dispose of waste from the colon. The difference is the amount of water that's used in the enema. It will be the more smaller amount, maybe a Perry bottle. I don't know, 8 to 16 ounces worth of water, and you squeeze it and just hold it until you feel that strong desire to run to the bathroom, and then you run. So you
Mhm.
have one or maybe a few bowel movements, right? So that's what the enema is. Benefits, it's easy to do. You can do it yourself. You can do it at home more regularly, right?
Mhm.
Now, a colonic or a colon cleanse or a colon hydrotherapy session, there is two different kinds, first of all. There is the closed and there is the open system. We have the open system at the moment at Love Your Gut. The open system is more autonomous, it's more a do it yourself system, it's more private, like
Oh,
he said.
wow.
You come in and, I only guide you through the instructions on how to get on the device and how to come off the device, but you are all by yourself throughout the session. I'm just there to coach you and guide you how to use the device. But then once you get started and you learn, it's a very easy in and out type of session. In less than an hour, you can get a full session. A full session is about 30 to 45 minutes in
Mhm.
session, getting the water inside. And then the difference that makes it a more therapeutic session is because it's a longer, so it can go anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour. But we usually recommend to do that 45-minute in between.
Nice.
It depends, it's very individualized depending on your needs. But
Mhm.
anywhere between 30 minutes and 1 hour during the session.
Can you do
And
me a favor, Pilar? Can you tell me your address?
yes, we're at 11300 Lawyers Road, Suite C, on Min Hill, North Carolina. So we're right next door to a very famous local creamery. Now, if you're from Min Hill, you'll know. And Main Pro is also next to us. And I need to find a way to talk more to those creamery customers about what I do, because I just think it'll be wonderful. I've been getting some of them as clients eventually.
Yes. So so what I like about what you do is colonics are taking care of that large and
Mhm.
intestinal area, right?
Yes.
But we also have all of this highway above it that the
Mhm.
colonic can't get to, and you're a full service shop.
Yes.
So you can actually help people cleanse the
Mhm.
entire digestive tract from top to bottom to
Mhm.
encompass the largest part, which is the small intestine. That highway is very, very long, very twisted,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of things that if you're having issue at the end of the cycle, then you're absolutely having issues above it that need to be
Mhm.
addressed. And so
Mhm.
Pilar has that ability to be able to actually help you with the entire system. So maybe you want to go in and get that colonic and get some immediate relief, and then she
Mhm.
can help you with certain therapeutics that can actually help you cleanse and detoxify and reset your entire gut, which is
Yes.
so critical. Because if you just sit back for a minute, I don't know who's on this call, but let's get real, okay?
Mm.
We have been eating McDonald's and
Mhm.
pizza and
Mhm.
chips and drinking alcohol and having the cheese fries and the popcorn and the chips and you name it, right? We've been doing this for years, guys. And I know most of us think that this stomach is like a little garbage disposal, but it is not. And most of us think that all this stuff is going to traverse and pass through the body with no problem. But the reality is, many of those foods are considered toxic to our body, and our body has the innate intelligence to not allow these things to traverse to the body in high magnitude because it would literally kill us. So it stores them. It moves them to certain parts of the body and parks them in cells. It stores them in the liver for long periods of time. And so this stuff builds up, and America has a big problem with fatty liver disease Whether
Yes.
you're drinking alcohol or not, over 50% of the population is dealing with fatty liver now, and that's
Mm-hmm.
leading to obesity problems and it's leading to metabolic issues. So,
Mm-hmm.
she has systems in place that I absolutely approve of. I've used these myself. I use them in my practice. My clients love them, and she is on board with this, and she uses these in her business right here locally, where you can drive right to her shop. You can pick these things up. You can get a consultation with her. She can set you all the way up, guys. Don't delay with this. Spring is here, right?
Yes.
Spring
Spring
is here
cleaning
right now.
time.
This is the time to clean this house.
Yes.
Okay? You need to clean this house up right now. And I know you feel it. You've been eating all this heavy food all winter long, all the potatoes and the meats and all these starches and stuff. And it's time to start lightening our body. It's a natural process. Our ancestors have been doing this for thousands of years. Most
Yeah.
of us have forgotten how to do it. We just haven't been taught how to do it. And
I
Pilar
wanted to
can show you.
mention colonics was actually discovered by the Egyptian civilization back in
Commit.
the pyramid times.
There we go.
Hmm. So it's Egyptian technology. It's very archaic that has been modernized with safer ways to do it by using disposables, right? Everything is disposable you'll be wearing. You'll be covered in disposable sheet. There is disposable gowns. What you insert is disposable, the nozzle. So really take care of our hygiene. That's really one of the biggest risks that was in the profession before was just the hygiene. So now that's why we go to school, why we're certified, why there's a
Nice.
national and international board of professionals in colon hydrotherapies. It became a profession, but it originated from an ancient culture, and it had been used through all this time by royalty
So,
and all,
and
right?
and our digestive systems
Favored
haven't
from
changed. We
royalty
still
too.
need this level of care, right? And so many
Mhm.
of us have gone basically our entire lives
This
without
used
this
to be
level
a
of care.
royal level of care, back in
Yeah.
the days, you know.
Wow. So
Yeah.
consider yourself royalty.
Yeah. It will be
Go
like
over.
a throne, a very
Yeah, come on
special
over.
thing.
Head over to Mint Hill and go see Pilar. Pilar, how can people book a session with you? Do they call
Absolutely.
you?
They can call us or text us at our number, but in our website, it will be the best way to contact us at loveyourgutminheal.com, or on our social media. We have Instagram, the same at Love Your Gut Minheal, and then Facebook page as well, Love Your Gut Minheal.
Nice. Nice. You guys heard her. Just head over to the website, loveyourgutmenthill.com. Okay. She's going to consult with you. She's going to make sure you're getting the right therapist. She's going to put you on a plan. So it's not
Yes.
like a one and done thing. She is a relationship person. And here's the deal. Here's the reality. If you are starting this level of care in your body, you're going to need to be on a bit of a journey. So go get your feet wet. Let her
Mhm.
help you get started so she can help you understand what level of care you're really going to need for longevity sake. So she can
Yes.
get you really situated. You guys really have to sit with the fact that your gut, all roads to many of your health issues lead to your gut and
Mm.
lead to your liver. And
Yes.
when you get this major part of your anatomy back in proper balance and alignment, metabolism turns back on. You're able to go to sleep again. You don't have heartburn and all this bloating every time you eat. You're also going to learn how to eat properly so that you
Mhm.
don't keep creating these problems in your body. So she has a lot of support mechanisms and she's completely holistic in
Yes.
her approach. So she's not trying to pill you to death. She's not trying to give you a quick fix. She's trying to give you true, real therapeutic, holistic care. And this is a rare thing. Okay. So for some of you listening to this right now, you're probably going, I don't know
And
anyone
I
like
must
Pilar.
add, affordable also.
Yes. Yeah.
We
And the
also
prices
take
aren't outrageous.
FSA, FHA. So if you have any of that through work, take advantage of those dollars and put them to good work for you. And we also have payment plans available, 4 payment plans and 2 payment plans for our detox programs. So we will definitely work with you. This is health and care that we all need. And if there's
Man,
anything wrong with you, it will help you even more.
I have a personal question because from time to time I get clients who are complaining about their children
Hmm.
having bowel issues and not being able to
Hmm.
go to the bathroom. Is
Hmm.
this a suitable therapy for, let's say, a 5-year-old?
Not the colon hydrotherapy, not yet. unless there is an extreme situation.
Okay.
But
What
I
age
have
what age do
given
you
my
think would be
5-year-old
applicable?
a parasite cleanse.
Got you. So that would help them move
Children
because
will
that's gonna
benefit from
stimulate.
parasite cleansing. Yes,
Right.
absolutely. And I work with an all natural herbal fiber that comes from a palm called black African palm root. That's the
Mhm.
main ingredient, but it has other ingredients as well, and it's very gentle. And again, my 5-year-old has done it very successfully. And we
Nice.
just adopt the dosages, they take smaller dosages, and we see how they do. And we go very individualized with each of them, depending on the history, and any kind of situation that we may be dealing with. But it's also great to do it for preventive care. I had a client that came over. She was originally from Jamaica. And she
Yeah.
said, you know what? Growing up, every year before the school year started, my parents would put us on a parasite cleanse. That was just
Yes.
part of our preventive care. And that was something mandated by our primary care doctor in Jamaica. So a lot of countries, a lot of clients that come visit me from other countries are very aware about colon
Mhm.
hydrotherapy and are very aware about parasite cleansing as a part of your preventive care plan. So
Yeah.
I'm really happy, that when those connections happen, because it is true, it's a lot of education and catch up that America has to do as a constipated nation that it has become, right? But back
Mhm.
in the days, back in the 50s, before pharmaceutical industry took off and made laxative a very easy prescription drug, they were actually a lot of colon hydrotherapist business in, as
I
particular in
believe that.
California. hmm
Yeah. I
Before the 50s, when that pharmaceutical boom happened, late 50s, early 60s, that's when the whole shift and the whole medical medicine that we know today really was born. We
right.
grew up in that new era. But before the 50s, it was a more natural, holistic approach. And definitely, colonic was the solution. Even inside the hospitals, they had colonic rooms. Even
I
at
believe
hospitals,
it. I
that was
remember I remember seeing a movie when I was a young kid, and, it was a little different. There was, like, this outdoor clinic. It was on a movie. It was really
Mhm,
kind of a 1930s, 40s kinda movie, and it had, like, this Technicolor on it, so it was really old school, and, all these rich people, all these to-do people were in this hotel, and they were all rotating through these colonic stations.
mhm.
And that's the first time I had ever heard about them, and I thought, "Wow, look at this. These people are over here getting all their stuff pumped out." It was weird, but I
Yeah.
saw that in a
They
movie
would
back in the
do
day.
hydrotherapy, they would do sauna, steam rooms, all of this now known as holistic, were
Right.
just part of medical care, because there was a split that happened between that medical and AKA pharmaceutical trained and
Mhm.
then natural trained. When that was a branch off that happened back in the late 50s. And that's how we
Wow.
ended up with this generation of medicine. But it's medicine as we know it, just as a profession in itself. The modern medicine, it's only been around 200 years.
Yeah,
For the
it's the
last 200
alternative.
years.
That's the
So
alternative. That is not the true medicine. That's the alternative.
exactly. So we just
Yeah.
got to remember, right? We're in
Yeah.
that process of remembering. Wait a minute. It was never like this before, you know?
Mm-mm.
Not to disclaim any of of the advantages. We have made amazing advantages in modern medicine, which is great to speak for itself. But for preventive care, natural would always be best and
Yes,
first. Would
absolutely.
always be first.
So
Then when we get into something bigger, we talk about, the other options.
the other options, absolutely. And this is a great way to kind of reset yourself, get this
Mhm.
working into your lifestyle, into your healthy lifestyle.
Your
As
self-care
well-
routine.
Yeah, you need to
You
do
feel
this kind
so
of work.
great that you're gonna wanna do it again.
Yeah, you were like, "Man." I remember meeting one of your clients, and she was like, "I come here literally every other week." And it was like I was like, "What?" She goes, "I
She
just
was
love the
there
way I feel."
today, and I told her about you. She was there today. It was such a coincidence.
That's awesome. So
Yes.
one of the things I wanna cover with, my men that may be on this call,
Oh,
okay?
yes, man.
I know there's a lot of men out here who are afraid to put something in your butt
Mm.
because you might think it's homophobic or whatever. Listen, guys, if you don't put this in your butt, there's going to be a knife going in your butt at some point because these doctors are cutting out all types of intestines every day now. Okay.
I
You're getting this inflammation in your large intestine and maybe even in your small intestine, and they are cutting, they are redirecting, and they are ruining your digestion for the rest of your life.
and you know why though? Because they don't know anything better.
No, they
They're
don't know what
only
else to do.
trained to be surgically good. They're not
Yes,
trained to know how to dissolve gallstones naturally with juices and olive oil.
that's
They don't
right.
know how to do an enzymatic cleanse. They don't know how to do a colonic. They're not trained. They're not
That's
taught
just not
better.
their
So it's
cup of
not your
tea.
fault. They just don't know better. And I have a great testimony to speak on that.
Yeah,
Actually, from last week, I had my client with first time colonic, female in her middle age, about transitioning, about to be menopausal, not constipated, just doing the colonics just to be preventive and to have a good cleanse, just being more aware of her age. And she has good health, no issues going on that she was aware at the time. And she had an amazing session. She did a deep cleanse. She prepped with the clay,
nice.
used the bentonite calcium clay to prep,
Yep.
as well as the psyllium husk fiber. So I recommend you take that the night before and 2 hours before the session, especially if there's been constipation, especially. But if it's not constipation, it's still beneficial because again, like Ken said, you want that drop. You want
Yes,
that
I wanted to
waste
come
drop.
down.
We want to push it down. So when you come, we can flush you out
That's
good,
right.
right? Because if you're going to sit there and go through this experience that will be different, it will be a bit of discomfort at times, but you can do it. And I will coach you through it. And I will make sure you are the most comfortable throughout the entire
To keep
session.
you safe.
However, it takes some teamwork. You got to work with your body and you will experience, the full session much, much better when you prep. So I always tell them prep with these natural one ingredient products. I source them very carefully. Everything I work with, like
I love the care that you put into your products. They were beautiful. I could tell the ingredients were right on point, and this ensures that you're putting integrity into the system, right? We're
yes.
not putting more toxicity load because some products that are supposed to be good for us can actually be toxic depending on their source of where they come from, or they can overwhelm your system. So I
Mm-hmm.
really felt like you had the right therapeutics there, the right balance of things in their approach is very on point,
Yeah.
because you're going to keep your clients safe. Because
Yes.
it's enough if
Number
it's the first time you've never done it before, so you're going to be a
absolutely.
little nervous. That's going to cause you to tense up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But once you go through this, you're going to understand for real what's really kind of going on inside of that body of yours, because we don't have a little magic door. And I wish we did. I wish we had a little magic door on our gut that we could open up so you could really see the mayhem that's going on in there and that has been going on in there. And oh, this old donut that never moved out of the body is still stuck over here. Oh, there's a case of McDonald's French fries that haven't never broke down in my body. They're still stuck in this corner of my small intestine or my large intestine. Guys, this is real. I've been cleansing guts for over 10 years. Okay.
Yes.
And my own for almost 15 years. Once I figured out how important this was to be optimally well, right? And to get these parasites under control that are
Mm.
running rampant from our acidic diets, from our stresses, and putting things back into proper alignment. You're just resetting yourself. Don't fear this. You've got to look at her. She is a loving, caring person.
We're gonna have fun.
Yes, you're going to feel
There's
good. You're
no
going to be
one
happy.
day that I go to work and not have a good laugh with one of my clients. We all have fun and we celebrate your wins, as big or as small as they may be. Every step of the way counts. And just by you showing up and taking charge of your health and doing the work, it will
Yes,
take work. Like I said, you have to work with your body. You have to understand your body because only you can heal yourself. No matter
that's
how much
it.
Ken and I sit here and tell you about all this amazing thing we've done for 10, 15 years that have shown proven lasting results, are safe and are transformative in so many levels, not just the physical. That's where it
Hmm.
starts. It starts in the physical, but it goes deeper. It goes
It
into the
does.
emotional, into the mental, into the spiritual, because we're more than just this physical body, and you know it. Okay.
Yes.
So it's definitely work that is needed for all of us. And then just going back quickly to that testimonial from last week, she had an amazing cleanse experience that was back on Wednesday. 2 days later, on Friday, she ends up having a very dull pain that ended up sort of attacking her at the end of the day. And she had no idea. She thought it was an appendix. And I'm like, that's really strange, but you just had a cleanse, go get it checked. And she
Hmm.
went to the hospital and they actually took x-rays and found out that she had gallstones that she was passing
Yep. Yep.
And it was so painful. They started to break down and come down from her liver, inflamed and just clogged up ducts. They're like highways. And these gallstones are very sticky and they're very gooey. So if you're
Yep.
not prepping, if you're not
And
cleansing
they're
properly
toxic.
with the enzymatic cleanses or the natural cleanses, it could be painful to have a gallstone attack. And it could even make you at risk. Hopefully, the whole situation got better with just some anti-inflammatory medication. She was able to pass them, and she didn't need surgery at the moment. But her medical doctor, immediately offered her the option: do you
To
want to take it out now
take her
before
gallbladder.
it bursts? Because the next time this happens, it may burst. But if that hasn't happened yet, she still has a window of opportunity to heal and
Yes.
break down those gallstones and take them out of there and regenerate her entire liver. And it was a beautiful opportunity that literally started because of the cleanse, because of one colonic.
One.
One cleanse. After 2 days of one cleanse, she started passing gallstones, and she had to go to the ER because she thought she needed surgery. And God was so great that she didn't was at the point of bursting her gallbladder. Because usually, when you get a gallstone attack, usually it means you are a day or so from surgery. So that's a problem about the liver, how it's so silently really just eating away and sort of decaying to a point that there may be no return.
Yeah, it's
So that's what
serious.
I'm
I
so
mean,
adamant about
this
cleansing and
year,
cleaning, because you
this
could
year
prevent
alone,
yourself from
yeah,
losing an
this year
organ.
alone, I know I have helped 6 people in hospitals get out of the hospital with their gallbladder intact and start an enzymatic therapeutic cleanse and removing golf ball sized gallstones without pain.
Yes.
Guys, you do not have to lose your organs,
No.
but you've got to take action. You've got to get real about the fact that you have not serviced these parts of your body ever. And we have to get real about some of the choices that we've made in our life that may have be contributing to this buildup that just
Mhm.
hasn't quite hit the problem point yet, because you don't want to go to the hospital with a gallbladder pain. It's horrible. Okay, you're going to be bent over and you're going to be out of your
Thank you.
mind. You're not going to be able to make good decisions very well because you're going to be in so much pain. And some of
Mhm.
these doctors are great at what they do, and they'll get you on that table just like that, and that gallbladder will be gone, and your digestion will never be the same for the rest of your life.
That's
You're going to
it.
struggle with bile flow. You're going to struggle with pH balance in your gut because you will not make the proper bile concentrations ever again.
Never.
So you need to keep your organs. Go service yourself. It's springtime. Go do your spring cleaning. Go see Pilar over at
Go
Love
do
Your
a
Gut.
deep colonic cleanse. And right
Yeah.
now, I'm offering a great special for my
Okay.
walking clients or my local clients that can come pick up the products. They can come and get a deep colonic first time client session for 111, and
Nice.
I will include the free two products for prepping. That's a value of $50.
Oh man,
So
come on, guys.
definitely come
That's a
in,
no-brainer.
go to my website right now, just type in the chat box, I would like to make an appointment, and I'll take care of you tomorrow and get you in my books. I'm usually booked out 1 to 2 weeks in advance. So that's why I would love for you to go in right now and just send me that little message on my website, loveyourgutmeanheal.com, so I can
Yes,
put you in my books and I can get you that special 111 for your first time consultation, colonic with aromatherapy, and the two free psyllium husk and fiber detox clay products that will
beautiful.
give you many servings as well. And if you're constipated, you can use this at home as a form to get you relief that's non-laxative, it's non-irritated, and it's not going to bring you about other harm.
No, that's really good. So I know the women are going to jump all over this. Please sign up your husbands.
Yes,
Please sign
please
up your
do.
husbands. Okay? Because
We
we
can
are
make
silly.
a date
We
of it.
men are so silly out here and we are playing like we don't have problems and we know we have problems and then we end up on the operating table. Okay? Most of the
Yeah.
men are ending up on the operating table because we are ornery. Tell them you love them. Get him
Mhm,
in there so you don't have to see him on the operating table. I have friends
mhm,
going through this right now. This is
mhm,
serious, guys.
mhm.
Okay? I
Very.
want the best for you. I brought Pilar out here because she's bringing something extremely valuable to our area and to our community. So don't sleep on this. Take some action.
Mhm.
Head over to loveyourgutmentheal.com. Her address is right there, right at the bottom. Okay? and she's going to help you. She's going to be your friend. She's going to give you some relief that you didn't even know you needed, and you're going to start feeling better and having more energy, and your skin is going to start doing good things. And hey, guys, don't you want a flatter tummy because summer's coming? I mean, it was 80 degrees today. So look, it's coming. It's time. So thank you, Pilar, so much for being here. It's always a pleasure to see you and to talk to you. Your light is so bright. Your love is so real. So I
Thank
know your
you.
clients just love you to death. They all talk great things about you. So guys, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining
Yeah.
us, and we'll see you
Thank you
next
so much,
time.
Ken, again. And for all of those newbies still wondering, just go check out my reviews, my Google reviews. Most of my clients are first timers, and I love to work with first time clients. I love to coach you and guide you through this. I love for us to do this together and in a fun, comfortable, compassionate, loving way. Okay. So just come see me, hit me up on my website or my social media, and I'm so happy to meet you.
Oh, thank you so much. You guys have a great evening, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you again.